I'm going live now, but I was recording and I was talking about my cousin Moki's macaroni and cheese that she made this Memorial Day. I had some last night and it is like finger licking good. Did you hear me? It's finger licking good. That macaroni and cheese is so moist. It's so good. So I was also saying that I'm so glad to be a retired teacher and have an opportunity to substitute teach and still be seeing what's going on in the classroom, but also do lift and meet people while I'm still working on what I'm doing for my own personal growth and development with my nonprofit, ADF, with me giving my skills in a way where it's mutually beneficial and in a way that I can duplicate myself and have free time, but also do something meaningful for the remaining time that I have on this planet. So today I was substituting at a school that I like, and I had a hard class. This is SDCs. It's like special needs children who have not behavioral, but mental challenges, and they all respond differently. And it's only a group of 7, but that's like having 20 because each one of them is a challenge and you got to keep your eyes on them. I like shout out to those support staff, the 3 people that are the support staff in there, and the things that you have to deal with every day. I mean, God bless you. You are, I watched you today and I learned from you. I learned from the teacher, and because she was there in the morning and then she left and then she came back before I left. And so I was able to see her style and how she gets the students to respond to her, how they actually do understand, and how they can calm themselves down and sit down, because as a substitute, you know, people don't, the students never treat you the same way they treat their real teacher. It's just, they have a bond with their teacher. They know their teacher knows them. They can play a little game with the substitute. It doesn't matter how good the substitute is. But there's one student in there, and he spits on people. And he was trying to spit on me. And he's African American. And but he gives eye contact, and the way he looks at you, I could feel him, you know. And so at the start of the day, you know, I'm doing what I need to do in the class and trying to figure it out, because when you work with that type of a group of students, the lesson plan is not like, it's not as structured as it is with, like, if you were dealing with the regular population, because you have to deal with their personality and they go at their own pace, and it's just different. It's very different, and I really appreciated that. But at lunch, the class that I taught at that school before, and they know I have a YouTube channel, they're 3rd graders, and they were like chopping it up with me. Like, I walked over to them and I was like, you know, because they saw me and they were like, they tell their teacher she has a YouTube channel. She has a YouTube channel, right? And I was like, oh my God, they're telling people I have a YouTube channel. So at lunch, I saw the one student. I don't know his name. I need to make sure I know his name, because you know, he's just, I mean, some of them are so kind to me, you know, and supportive and excited about what I'm doing on the YouTube channel, which is amazing, right? So I say to him, I say, you told your teacher I have a YouTube channel, you know, a good thing? He said, yeah. I said, you like it? He said, yeah. And I said, what do you want me to talk about? And he said, I don't know, anything, right? So I told him, I said, I was in San Francisco for the Memorial weekend, and I was filming like me going up and down the hills and the scene of the city. And he said, that's cool. And I was like, oh my God, that's really good feedback, right? So then one of the other students came over and she was like, Miss Erica, And I was like, hey, Sarah, like thinking I know her name, right? And then she was like, and I was like, wait a minute, what is your name? And so then she told me her name, and I said, oh, I messed up, or you forgive me. And she has a ring in her nose, and she is only in the 3rd grade. That girl got a ring in her nose. She has her own style. She's so cool. And I said, how did you convince your mother to let you, no, and I said, how did you convince, no, this is what I said. I said, you are in the 3rd grade, and you have a nose ring. How is that possible? How did you get a nose ring in the 3rd grade? Like, who taught you that coolness? And then she said, I talked my mother into it. That's what she said. I talked my mother into it. And that was so cool because, like, you know, like 3rd grade, you got, I mean, and most people who put no, like Tupac Shakur had a nose in his ring. And it looked good on him. Only other person I know that had a nose ring for hecka long, that's cool, got money, and look good is Nikki Shaw. Right. Nikki Shaw from Oakland. She got a nose ring. And you know she popping the most, right? She popping more than Malak, and she popping more than mine from Montera. And they all rich and they all popular. But Nikki Shaw, in that group, she the one popping the most. Because she's still being the Bay. She's got a successful, her and her children are happy. Her and her husband are happy. She still does all the celebrities. She's still down to earth. Shout out to Nikki Shaw. Anyway, this little 3rd-year-old has a nose ring. Can you believe it? Can you dig it? Can you dig that? Okay. So now I'm almost home, and got to wash clothes and clean up and stuff, get things ready for everybody, so we stay on point. Because when you're busy and you don't have a lot of time, the hardest part is keeping things organized so you can continue to stay busy. I wanted to talk to you about the little boy that was spitting on me, but when I realized, he didn't spit on me, but he was trying to spit on me, right? And I did not want to get spit on. Because listen, I don't care how young you are, I don't care how old you are, I don't ever want to be spit on. And I could give you a whole conversation about that, but I can't, because now I'm home. This has been some food for thought from Teacher Erica.